Happy New Year! Hi and welcome back to the Polymer Clay channel. So, as I said just before, Happy New Year! So, the new year brings lots of new things, but when you celebrate New Year, you do, maybe have a few drinks. So this gave me a really cool idea, which I was kind of hoping to have up by Sunday, but yeah. So I got kind of busy with a few things and I've decided to pop it out today. So without further ado, I'm going to show you how to make a cool bottle and some bubbles from Polymer Clay. So here we go. Thanks for watching the tutorial. So I'm going to show you what it looks like now. So here we go. Here's the whole thing. Now the reason why I do this kind of show and tell bit is so you can see how big it is in comparison to kind of like my hand and how it really sort of turned out. So here we go. Here is the full bottle and what it looks like. Now first of all, you'll notice the abundance of little bubbles that I put all the way down here. I'm not going to say that was easy because even right now there is so many all over the floor. So these balls were kind of like not beads, but I think they're supposed to be for this sort of thing. So these tiny little bubble looking things I think are meant just for this. I bought them ages ago. I will link them in the description if I can find the link, but they're absolutely brilliant. They look really cool, so they catch all the light and everything, and they genuinely look like bubbles. So as you saw from the tutorial, I first popped some white clay down to make sure that it had something to grip onto. I wanted it to look like it was kind of bubbling over, which I think I've managed to do that. But yeah, so I wanted to create something like this with a kind of a New Year theme, just to give you something fun to make for the new year. And then of course on here I didn't want to write anything else. You can personalise this. If it was someone's birthday or something like that, you could put on there the person's name and happy birthday. It's a really cool thing if you wanted to. You could either make it into a magnet, which this is going to turn into, or you can pop it on a card or something like that. It would have to be one of them fairly heavy duty cards though, because as with just lately, this is actually quite heavy. So I'm going to put some magnets on this and it will go on my fridge. So let's talk about the cork. The cork was done, as you saw, just by poking holes into some brown clay. And then what I wanted to do was kind of create like a sort of a ridge here, and quite often there are in different colours, so I wanted to kind of mimic that. And then if you notice here with the shading that I did with the mica powder, it literally has like a shadow sort of effect, and that is to give it a rounded effect. So with polymer clay and also with mica powders, you can do a really cool shadowing effect as you would do with drawing. So that's what I tried to do here. I think I did a fairly good job. I made it light this side and darker this side to give the impression that it was round. And as I said, you can personalise this with someone's name and they will absolutely love it. And of course you could put it on some card and then they could actually take it off and put it on the fridge. You could also put the year on it as well. So for example, if it was a special birthday or something like that, you could put that on there too. So I absolutely love this. I really enjoyed all the bubbles and stuff like that. If you don't have these bubbles or can't find them, I'm going to call them bubbles because that's what they look like. You could use beads, you could use kind of like pearlescent beads, or even silver beads will work quite well. So also, if you don't have liquid polymer clay, you could just use super glue. So you could put a whole load of super glue on this, which I did actually do in the end because I wanted them to be really firm and not come off. So off camera, I actually glossed this as well, so I wanted the little bubbles to look sort of more glossy and more wet, if you like. So I put some gloss on it afterwards and it turned out really cool. So this is how you create a bottle with lots of bubbles from Polymer Clay. Thanks for watching and I'll see you again soon. Even to eat the floor and put it in there on there for the floor. And then of course you could put it on a cut of put them on you could put them on with some the floor. Great. So this is how you create a bottle, a wine bottle, or some sort of bottle that fizzes. Fizzy bottle. Great.